Thank you to everyone that's still here from Brandy's presentation. She did a wonderful job. I hope you guys take heed to her time management tips and from personal life experience. When someone tells us something from personal life experience, it makes it a whole lot easier for us to try to follow in those footsteps. Next, we have Phoenix J. Marie.
Marai.
Okay. I've been trying to figure out how you pronounce that for like the last 2 days. And how do you, is it Reiki or Reiki? Reiki. Okay. She practices Reiki, and her Instagram is Reiki Saved Me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so she'll be talking to us, and I really want to know. I'm glad that she's doing this presentation because even though I study yoga and I'm a mindful practitioner, I have never really delved into that area. So this would be good stuff for me to hear personally. So I hope that it helps everyone else as well. Without further ado, Phoenix.
Hello, everyone. How are you? My name is Phoenix J. Marai. I am a Reiki master teacher, motivational speaker, author, mother, grandmother. Yes. I appreciate all of you being here today, tapping into your inner spirit, your inner strength. And what I'm going to share with you today is a practice that I have incorporated into my life known as Reiki. What I did was I had a challenge in my life back in 2017, and a empathic guide assessed my chakras. And at that time, I did not understand what she was doing. And she expressed to me about a lot of anger that I had in the inside. 2 weeks after that, everything manifested, and I ended up in the hospital. From that, I started to do research on Reiki. As I furthered my knowledge, I understand now that my academic knowledge is also intertwined into what my spiritualism is. And that's what I'm going to speak about today is Kundalini Reiki. So you can go ahead with the presentation. So what Kundalini Reiki is, it is a type of energy that lays dormant in your first chakra, which is known as the root chakra at the base of your spine. Now, as we know, many of us have a feeling sometimes in our gut, and we're like, oh my God, should I really follow what I'm sensing in my gut? And yes, you should. What the Kundalini is, I'm on the first slide. What the Kundalini is a type of energy that we can sense when we walk up to each other. And sometimes we'll say, oh, wow, it seems like I know you. And what that is that energy, that power that's inside of you that is meeting up with someone who also has the same power within them. So what it does is Kundalini, it travels up through your body, and which we call the chakras. And those are the 7 steps that Evolution of Healing You takes you through. So we start with the root chakra. We go to the sacral chakra, and then we go through the solar plexus. And you can see on the presentation is indicated with the red, orange, yellow, green, blue, the indigo, and the purple. Those are the chakras. And so what the Kundalini does, it goes through your chakras and it helps you to develop and open those areas in your life that you did not have knowledge of, or you did not understand how to overcome them. What I've learned in study of psychology is the Kundalini helps you to be able to use your right brain and your left brain together. And this is what brings you balance. Most of the time, a lot of us are left-brained, and on the other side, we have those that are right-brained. But we know in order for us to work together and to grow into a greater person, We have to work as one. So the left and the right side of our brain needs to grow together. What Kundalini Reiki does is during each session, the Reiki master will assess your energy, and the Reiki master will help you to come in tune with where you are within yourself. So we'll talk about the heart chakra because that's where we are right now. And dealing with this pandemic, it has dealt with a lot of our emotions. We'll talk about the sacral and the heart. So the sacral deals a lot with your emotions and your feelings. So this is that part where when you get upset and you get mad, all of a sudden you can feel everything come to the top. Well, what Reiki does, it helps you to calm yourself down so that you are able to assess the situation and also respond in a greater way. In this, we will see a change in how we respond. Because things that used to upset you and make you mad is not going to upset and make you mad anymore. And if it does, then that means you need to go back and assess that chakra. So the benefits of Kundalini Reiki, which has helped me out during this pandemic and much of my life for the past 3 years, is the fact that I feel more at peace. I've been practicing Reiki for 3 years now, and I have about 8 students up under me. And one of the things that the students always say to me is peace is the very first thing that they feel, even after the first session. Even after me just having a sit down with them, assessing their chakras, and doing a Reiki massage where I go through with my hands and I just feel the energy and I help them to correct the energy that's within their chakras. Also, it helps to increase your IQ level, because what you're going to do, you're going to feel an urge and a sense to learn about more things. Those things that you may have wanted to know when you was a child. And this is what I love about the inner child. She grows up to be a woman. And even though she's still in there, sometimes we don't know how to bring her out without so-called being childish, as we have been told when we are older and we act a certain way. So in that, you will learn how to have your inner child and your grown woman together, and you'll be able to make better sense and sound, a better sense of sound, color, light, your responses, even with affirming and edifying yourself. You will learn that you don't need a lot of affirmations from people, because you can give those affirmations to yourself. Also, I know it says psychic abilities, and sometimes that word kind of scares people, but actually it's just your intuition. You become very in tune with your intuition. For instance, if you're riding down the street, and we all have this situation where sometimes you're driving and you take a turn and you're like, oh, I really didn't want to turn this way. And then you find out on the 5 o'clock news that it was an accident on the way that you were going. That's your intuition. That's tapping deeper into your intuition and really understanding and learning when spirit and source is speaking to you. That's what Kundalini Reiki has done for me and the students that are with me. Evolution of Healing You is just that. It's the evolution of healing you. Because with that, your benefits are just greater. As you see on the slide, you become more compassionate. You're able to slow down the aging and increase creativity. The vibration of your energy. I'm telling you, when you begin to vibrate higher and your frequency is higher, those people that used to come around you and they have that negativity, it's almost like the word says, it's a stench in the nostril. It'll feel just like that. It'll feel like a stench in your nostril, because you will no longer be able to stand around that negativity because of where you are vibrating. you will attract situations and people into your life and into your thoughts at the level that you are thinking. So if you are thinking that you are a millionaire, you will begin to attract people that think on that level, people that are thinking like a millionaire, people that are moving like a millionaire, people that are working like a millionaire. The whole entire thing, when it comes to Kundalini awakening and learning how the Kundalini Reiki, the awakening and learning how to cope during this quarantine, was the fact that I have been practicing quarantine for 3 years. Because of Reiki, I live a quarantine life because I'm very protective of my spirit, very protective of my energy. So I live quarantine. So this quarantine really didn't have a big deal on me or a big impact on me because I live this life every day. And even in that and being in home for the past 2 months, I believe it's been 2 months, I found greater peace because I found out that I don't, I know this may sound bad. I like people, but I don't really want to be around people. You know, like I can stand to be off by myself in the woods fishing with Billy Bob every now and then if he come down off the mountain as well. And but I have found peace within myself. I love myself greater. I affirm myself more. I wake up in the morning and I say, heal thyself, girlfriend, heal thyself. You're doing good, Phoenix. Look at you with my weight loss and even with my hair, you know, just different things that's going on in my life. Because of Reiki, I can get up every day and I don't need anybody to text me, good morning, beautiful. I can say that to myself. I don't have to wait on someone to say, you're sexy. I can say that to myself because I have become more in tune with who I am, who Phoenix is, and where Phoenix is growing to. No longer does the opinions of others create and mold who I am. I've dug deeper into myself and I listen to myself. And I realize by doing that, I'm able to grow and plant seeds and harvest wherever my feet goes. That's the benefit of growing and being where you're supposed to be. And I'm thankful that Reiki has given this life to me. Some of the ways that I've coped with this quarantine and the ways that I cope, period, in life is meditation. I was listening to Brandy and she was saying how she writes down. She has a time set for when she meditates. My meditation starts at about 3:30, between 3:30, 4:30 in the morning. I just wake up. That's my time. I get up. I set my intentions for the day. I have my time with Source. If I was able to go outside, but we're not able to now, I would allow Source to, tell me where I need to go, people who I need to see, and then I'm back home. Like, I know it sounds funny, but I do all of this even in my home. Like I'm still out seeking, even though I'm home. I'm meditating. That's the mindful meditation. Yoga. Wow. Yoga is another way that I cope. I actually have, let me see if I can get it. My grandbaby was messing with it. I have this ball that I actually got from Five Below, and it has all of the yoga poses that deals with the chakras. And so what I do is I get up and I just roll this ball and I do it 3 times and I just do those positions for the day. And most of the time, the positions that I need, whether it's for my heart, for my sacral or my solar plexus, those are usually the positions that I roll. Healthy eating. I'm not quite a vegetarian. I still eat my meat, but I have taken out a lot of red meat and pork out of my diet. I also, because of quarantine, I have not had a lot of fast food, and I realized that my body is starting to shape itself. I'm very happy at the way I look for 46, and grateful for my body just obeying the food that I place inside of it. Mindfulness, as I was saying before, being mindful of how you react and respond to certain situations. I have a sheet, or we have a sheet with Il-Asha, and it's called our mess sheet. And with that, when we have our situations, we take control of our mess. If it can be a message in the mess. What is the emotion that's going on in the middle of this mess? What is the situation and what is our solution? That's what brings you your awareness of who you are and where you are growing to, and where you used to be. I know there's still some things that come towards us and we respond the way that we used to. And we may not respond in the magnitude that we used to, but we still respond in that way. Just continue to work on that, because you are aware that you responded in a way that was not healthy. Writing also has been ways for me to cope, even during this quarantine. Writing out certain things about myself, writing out certain things about my business, about my family, my intentions of where even I want to be 3, 4, 5 years from now. Like your new normal, like we have an entire new normal because of this quarantine. And so now we have to find other ways to cope even during this quarantine. So let's see. I think that's it. I kind of dug off in there. And this is my information. If anybody would like to know more about Reiki or evolution of healing you, or if you just have questions about healing, because that really is um, my main drive, my path is healing, helping women to heal. I'm a divorcee of 5 years, and that's my target. Women who have been divorced or growing through a divorce, women who have dealt with sexual assault, suicide, with suicide. Those are my areas where I really speak, and I find that I'm able to pour more into the cups of the women that need a drink, if that makes sense. So
Thank you so much. That was amazing, actually. So a lot of the stuff that I already do for my business coincides with what you do. That's neat.
nice.
So can you tell the ladies what you mean when you say the source?
Um, let me take this out.
I can't hear you. Hold up. I think you're on mute.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yep.
Okay, cool. What I mean by the source is that that energy that mm, that gives you your peace. Um, God is still God to me. That nothing has changed. God is still God. What I have learned is the energy that's within me. There's a force that I have to be connected to in order to have the power and the capability to contain this that's within me. This journey is not for everyone. It's not for the weak. It takes a lot when you say stripes on your back, uh, knives in your back, bruises. So you really have to be connected to strength, a strength. And I guess that's the best way to say it. Source is your strength, where you gain everything to grow forth in your journey.
Okay, and you that makes sense. I knew what you meant, but I just want to make sure that if anybody else is listening, if anybody else is listening, they're like, what is the stars? So I just want to make sure. Um, yeah, a lot of times, meditation and just being mindful and being in the moment of what's going on. A lot of times we're so busy worried about something in the future, something in the past, something we got to do in the next couple of minutes that we're not present in the moment, you know, with your family, in tune with yourself, go outside and just take in, the earth and the world and just what's going on around you. A lot of times that's what we need to just stop for a minute, and just be mindful of how good how good we may be having a bad day, but you have a roof over your head. You have, this, it's always something positive you can pull to, you know what I'm saying? So,
Yes.
yes,
That's one of the
that's one of the
greatest
greatest
things is
things with
understanding and
understanding and
learning how
learning
to
how to
connect
connect
with
with
Mother
Mother
Earth.
Earth.
And
And
during this quarantine, like that's really something that we've had to do because you can only go outside. So you've had to connect back to nature. And being outside, my grands are here, and so I often go outside with them. And the other day, I just went outside and I took my shoes off and I just kind of lifted my hands up and just took in everything because it had been a while since, because I just kind of go out there, put them out there, ripping and running with them. And I was like, wait a minute, I need to ground myself. And it felt great to be out, just to be out in nature and to be grounded. When it was raining the other night, I know sometimes people are like, oh my God, it's raining, but I actually just sit and I listen to the rain, because sometimes you can actually hear, what nature is saying. But, sometimes you say that to people and it's like, what? No.
yeah. I mean, anytime you do something outside of what people are used to, they kind of look at it funny, but this can be incorporated, with anyone if they're willing to, accept and learn and research um, what exactly, you're saying. And if someone wanted to, I don't know if it's called hire you for your services or come to you for coaching, how would they get in contact with you? Is that email address correct?
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
okay.
They can
They
just
can just
email me
email me
there
there
and
and
I'll
I'll
respond.
respond. Okay.
That kind of sent a chill down me when you said hire for coaching. I was like, ooh, because sometimes, I mean, we have the course Evolution of
Evolution of
Healing You, and I know that's coaching, but when you hear it coming from other people, it's like, oh, you are talking about me. So, but yes, the email is just fine. And like right now, we have the Evolution of Healing You that's going on. And I was thinking, because I was looking at the other ladies and I was like, oh, wow, everybody has something going on. And hey, this is not for the weak. And I'm going to put this out here just to see how many are willing to jump in. If they're ready for their healing, if they're ready to grow forth, I'm going to put out an 8-week course. So that means I'm taking 7 months that learning and I'm going to crash it down into 8 weeks. And so if you would like to be a part of that class, send me that email with the S.H.E.R.O Summit as the subject, and we will speak.
Awesome. Hold up one second. Someone is gonna come across the screen.
Oh,
Oh.
Oh yes, I can't tell who that is because I'm on my daughter's computer. But yes, yes, evolution of healing you. Thank you.
That's Brandy. Brandy.
Brandy. Oh, thank you, Brandy. Yes. Oh my God. Okay, Brandy, since she said that and she was right. There were a lot of things that was tucked away that she dealt with. And I was just so grateful that she took that journey because when she first came in, I call it, I don't know if I call it a boo boo, but it's really called a so and those were some of the techniques that I would use with her. And every time she came in, she was ready for her 11 minutes. So yes, it does. It digs down off in you. And it makes you look in the mirror at yourself. And sometimes we don't want to do that because then we really have to look at things that we accepted and we allowed to happen to our lives. And then that means that I have to be accountable for those things. Yes, you do. Yeah, you do. And then once you forgive yourself, you'll find out that there's so much peace because forgiveness is not for that person. The forgiveness is for you so that it can unblock that kundalini and that you can grow and you can heal. Healing is going to go forever. Grief, man, that's something that I dealt with in the beginning of my journey was grief. And now I understand that there's a lot of things that I'm going to grieve for a while because of um how long I was, you know, I was in this situation. So let me put my headphones back in. They said they getting feedback.
All right. Is that better? Can you hear me?
You sound super low.
Can you hear me?
I hear you, but it's real low.
Oh, yeah.
The volume button should be at the top, I think. It look like a horn. You on the laptop?
Yeah, my doors. Okay, here we go. Is that better?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Oh
Girl.
God. Pete. I hate mispronouncing people's names. It's either Petra or Petra. Mike says they cannot take this journey until they are ready to let go of trauma.
Yes, that is so true. That is so true. Um, you cannot have a pity party and go through your healing journey. Because if that's what you're looking for, you just might as well stay over there on the other side. Because when you're growing through your trauma, as I was saying before, you have to be able to be accountable for what you allowed. And sometimes we don't want to because pity is nice. You know, oh, girl, I know you went through that too, girl. I did too. Oh, honey, I know, baby. Let me. No, that is not good for my growth. That only stunts me and stagnates me and keeps me where I am. So you are correct, Petra. You have to be able to be ready to let go of it and go through it because it's not. It doesn't help. It just stales. It just sits there and it stales and it becomes a cancer. And that's one of the things that we know that's a dis-ease amongst African Americans, men and women, is cancer. And I'm learning that when you talk to someone who has cancer, just ask them, do you have some unforgiveness in your heart? Do you have some hatred or some things that you're holding against some grudges? And most of the time they do, and that's because the that stuff, those energies, have cancered themselves inside the bodies. So yeah, that's why I say this healing it goes so deep. It goes deep.
I was trying to do something. You were talking about cancer.
Yes.
Yes. What'd you say again? Can you say that one more time?
I said that those that have cancer, if you speak with them and they're willing to really share with you, if you ask them the question about if they have any grudges or unforgiveness, hatred, or anything like that, most of the time they have that somewhere in their heart. And what has happened is those negative energies have manifested naturally inside their body and has become a cancer.
That you're not saying that for everybody though, right?
Not for
Not for
everybody, for
everybody. For
those
those
that can
that can
understand.
understand.
And
And
because I
because I
know
know
it takes a lot to transition your mind to understand that we do cause is illnesses within our bodies. What you eat, how you think, your sleep, all of that is a part of your health. Before Reiki, there was no rest for me. I was up like insomnia. It was out 3, 4, 5. I could just be up for days because there was no peace. There was nothing inside of me. I was on bipolar medication. They were saying that I was borderline diabetic, and they wanted to put me on all this different medication. I was like, oh, no, not so. And so now here it is 3 years later, and I go and I get my labs done, and they're looking at me like, how old are you again? Because everything is so well within my body because I've chosen to heal myself from within. And that's where the healing starts. It heals from within. Yeah, it's hard for people to understand that the diseases that we put on ourselves, it just comes from natural things.
Sorry.
Oh no, you're
Oh no, you're
fine.
fine. Taking medicine. Did anyone have any questions? I don't see questions. I just see comments.
Yes.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yes, you should
Yes,
at
you
least
should at
have
least
one
have
way.
one way. Yeah, definitely.
Even if you do
Even
it
if you
for
do it.
5, 10, 15 minutes, like it works. Just take some time out of your day and just incorporate it in the morning, in the afternoons, or before you go to bed. But just try some way to cope with everything. Not just this quarantine, but just things in your life.
Do you do any types of guided meditation?
Um,
Um,
I
I
do.
do.
I was
I
thinking
was
about
thinking about
recording.
recording.
Someone,
Someone,
actually,
actually,
Petra,
Petra,
had
had
actually said
actually
that
said that
before.
before,
And I'm
and
just
I'm
looking
just
for
looking for
someone who can
someone.
do the music part of it, so that I can do the voiceover. But yes, I do guided meditation. Yes.
Did anyone have any questions? I don't know. I know it's 11 people watching. At least it's 11, but nobody's asking questions.
Probably
Probably
shocked.
shocked. They should have a lot of questions because I'm sure this goes outside of what a lot of people, believe in their daily lives. I would think that there would be a whole bunch of questions.
Well, what I
Well, what I
found
found
out
out
is
is
most of the
most of the
time
time
people are
people are
not going
not
to
going to
ask
ask.
questions. They'll wait and ask questions afterwards. And there's never, I learned this in school, there's never a silly question, because, hey, who knows? Someone could be thinking the same thing that you're thinking. So, but I have learned that most people will ask questions after the broadcast. Oh, Lisa, if you just inbox me, on the email, and we can get started. We can get you started. Actually, I have been studying for 3 years, and I am continuing to study. I just signed up for my comedic EIO coaching, where I'm going to learn more about the ancestral comedic um, of studies. So I'm going to be doing that. So I start that next week, actually. So yes, studying. I have to study. There's no such thing as stop learning. I'm going to continue to learn as long as I'm accepting this gift and walking in this life. Oh, yes. You can actually go to, there's a Facebook group that I have. Thank you, Petra. It's called Healing You from Within. And you can actually go and become a part of that group. And so it's baby steps about Reiki and healing. So if you are, nervous about what you've heard today, you can go to that group. It's Healing You period, O period, U period, from within. And you can go there and it will kind of take you through the baby steps of Reiki and gain an understanding of everything. Oh, the assessment. Oh, okay. Yes, they can do the assessment. You are correct. I have a 40, I think it's 40 something questions. It may be 50 something now. Assessment that I take you through, and it assesses your chakras, and I'm able to start right there. If you just want to start on your heart and work on your heart, we can work on your heart. If you just want to work on your solar plexus, we can work on your solar plexus. So, yes, I have an assessment that you can take as well. It's Healing Y period, O period, U period, from within. Let me make sure that's. How does one enroll if they are? They can still distant. That's the great thing about Reiki. Actually, we have someone who is out of country and that is out of state that does Reiki. And distant work Reiki works just as well as being in person with me. I have a client in Austin, and I have a client that's in Wisconsin, and I have one that's in Germany. So as long as you believe and you are connected to yourself from within, I am able to connect with you, because remember, the source is energy. Everything Reiki is just that. It's a universal energy. That's what it means. It's just a universal energy where I can connect with you. We can work with one another, and I just guide you through your healing. The classes, yes, you can do 101, and I do groups of 10. So if you have someone who would like to do it as a group, the least I will take is 5, and the max that I will take is 10. And yes, you also can do the 101. Thank you, Petra, who is also, she's on it. I love her. Did I answer everyone's questions?
I think so. I don't see any more.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. So
No, it does not. Reiki does
Reiki does
not
not
denounce
denounce
God
God
at
at
all.
all.
Actually, it helps you become more in tune with the Spirit of God that's in you. That is a challenge that many of us, when we were growing through Reiki, because many of us are Christian, we come from Christianity. And so that is one of the things that we dealt with. Am I no longer a child of God? And actually, it helps you to understand you more of who you are and you being a child of God. Because when he says that his spirit lives within you, how can one know God's spirit if you're not truly connected to him? Yes, we have his word. Yes, we have those that lead us and that pastor us through certain journeys in our lives. And then we have those that help us to grow further, because what Reiki is putting into action what his word says. And faith without faith without works is dead. And Reiki is the work of everything, because I still speak his word over certain situations. Psalms 91 is one of my favorite. When I say favorite, it is up here. I will call on Psalms 91 in the midst of anything. That is what Reiki does for you. It engulfs you into his word to where I don't have to carry the Bible around with me all the time. I don't have to go to Bible.com to pull up the scripture. The scripture comes up out of me because I'm living what he says. So no, you're not denouncing God at all. You're becoming more in tune with him.
Did anyone else have any questions? This was very informative.
Thank you.
Nope. Oh, hold on one second.
Y'all good out there, ladies?
Do you see the question on the screen?
Oh, can you post her information? Oh.
You're in the group. You can post your information in the group if you want to.
Yeah, that's why I was trying to.
How for them to get in contact with you and all that good stuff.
Oh God, I done did something, Father. Oh, never mind. Thank you, Petra.
That's already on the screen though.
Can you put 254? You can call me at 254-334-7072.
Can you repeat that real fast? Oh, well, not fast. Go slow.
Oh, 254-334-7072. Or 254-258-8999. Whichever way you can get to me faster. Hey, I like that.
Let's see if there's anything else. Oh, there you go.
You're welcome.
Yep. That was good information. I hope that people can is Petra your admin assistant? Hey Petra.
Okay. I will explain to you who Petra is. Petra Mike is the root of S.H.E.R.O. She is one of our first graduates of Evolution of Healing You. And the root is the person who holds everyone together. I mean, their back, their shoulder strong. Petra has been that for me throughout my journey with Reiki. So when she became a part of Evolution of Healing You, she displayed the characteristics of the root. And so that's why Petra is the way she is because she has been with me. She has been with me for actually, she met me right after I had my challenge. I don't like to say nervous breakdown, but I had my little challenge in life. So yes, Petra, she's awesome.
Yes, she is. Yes, she is. Yes, StreamYard is awesome. If you guys are out there or you do webinars or anything virtual like that, I would highly suggest this program.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna look this up as soon as I get off. I can't see.
I think that's Brandy that's saying always enjoy. Nope, that's Tammy. Tammy said always enjoy hearing you speak.
Hi, Tammy.
Yes.
Oh, thank you.
Tammy suggested you for me to request for you to speak. So she was the reason why I got in contact with you.
Oh.
Awesome. I think that's it.
Awesome.
So I don't see anything else. I think that's it. So again, if you want to get Phoenix as your coach and have her services to help you center yourself, get yourself back on track, learn how to meditate, all that good stuff, just plain on make you happy about life. Her information is at the bottom. I am phoenixj@gmail.com. 254-334-7072. I'm trying to get it before I run across the screen. Or 254-258-8999.
Yes.
And of course, this will be replaying. So if somebody needs to come back in and view this, or if they want to get the information, it'll be in here as well. So thank you guys. And I'll let you close it up.
Okay, lady. I just want you to take your hand and just put it right here. We're just going to take a deep breath in. And out. Take a deep breath in. Out. And I'm going to say from my heart to your heart. May you have a blessed day. Namaste.
Namaste. Oh, that was so dope. Oh, I know y'all enjoyed that because I did. Thank you, Phoenix. I hope you I wish you much success in your business. I see that you encompass and you put what you say out into the world, so you can definitely tell that you practice what you preach.
Oh, thank you so much.
I hope that by doing this that you get new clientele. You've gotten in the front of people that you may not have been able to get in front of before now, and that's always a good thing. This is about networking conversations and just making sure that everybody can be connected. So thank you again.
And we hope you.
Yeah, we hope that we can, snag you to speak another time.
Oh, yes, ma'am. Thank you, Tammy. Love y'all.
All right. We'll be back at the top of the hour with April Money Smith. Thank you.